Winnipeg Personal Trainer. Hello everyone, this is Podaima of Winnipeg Personal Trainer, and I'd personally like to thank you for visiting my site. If you are here, then more than likely you are considering hiring a personal trainer. I know that for most of you, this can be a pretty scary experience, as most people are intimidated by the gym. I hear this from many of my clients, but I assure you that you have nothing to worry about. You are in good hands. Once I start training my clients, they soon realize that they had absolutely nothing to be worried about and are more excited than anything to be improving their health and looking and feeling better. Now, chances are you have worked your butt off, tried many different programs, and always ended up frustrated with the results or lack of. Don't feel bad, as you are not alone. It is very common in my profession to hear the following frustration from my clients. Tasks that you used to do with ease become difficult due to inactivity and weight gain. You are becoming more and more concerned about your deteriorating health and realize that something must be done about it. None of your clothes fit you anymore. You go shopping and nothing looks good on you. You look in the mirror and want to scream. In addition to my kinesiology degree, I have taken multiple week-long internships with the top strength and conditioning specialist in the world, Charles Poliquin. Charles Poliquin is known to train top professional athletes and movie stars. Firsthand, I pass this training on to my clients. You can learn more about the success of Charles Poliquin's programs by visiting www.charlespoliquin.com. Clients on my programs get the results they want, and they get them quickly. But don't take my word for it. Just look at some of the testimonials by people that have come to me for help that have never worked out before. Now, I'm not going to go into the testimonial part, but I highly encourage you to go through the testimonial section of this website and read for yourself and what they have to say. Trevor lost 140 pounds in 8 months. Ted, 60 pounds in 5 months at 60 years old. Nellie, 25 pounds, 2 months. Verna, 50 pounds, 5 months. Jerry, 30 pounds, 3 months. I'm so confident that you'll be impressed once we do our very first session that I'll offer an unconditional money-back guarantee. If, for any reason whatsoever, you're not satisfied with our first training session, then you'll get it for free, no questions asked. If you're not happy, then I am not happy, period. I realize that people work very hard for their money, and they should receive services that are above and beyond what they expect, which is why I go that extra mile for my clients. Let's get to the good stuff and talk about what I'm going to do for you. Firstly, we'll go through a phone consultation. This is critical when it comes to program design. Some of the things that we'll cover are: what are your goals? What is your training experience? Do you have any injuries? Do you have any special conditions, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, etc.? Are you on any special medication that would be affected by exercise? What kind of programs, diets have you tried? What kind of programs, diets are you currently on? How much time are you able to give for your workouts? Any concerns that you might have? Depending on the consultation, the programs will have slight variations to suit the needs of the person. Generally, a person will have to follow a diet that will depend largely on how much weight needs to be lost. As for the training program, it will contain these elements. Train at least 3 times a week. Train for 45 minutes to 60 minutes at a time. Will consist of free weight exercises. Personalized diet program. Personalized stretching program. They will be hard, but not too hard. Now, what everyone wants to hear. What can I expect from my programs? Rapid fat loss. My most ever was 30 pounds in 1 month. That is not the norm, but the average person can reasonably expect 10 to 20 pounds. Increase in muscle mass. Clients are delighted at how the extra muscle mass improves the way that they look, function, and feel. Improvement in posture. The programs are structured to improve posture through corrective exercise. Most people need this bad. Healing injuries. Programs must revolve around correcting underlying issues. Most injuries can be healed with the proper strengthening and stretching program. Decrease in blood pressure. I have had many clients either lower their dosage of high blood pressure, cholesterol medication, or stop them completely. This greatly reduces the chances of heart attacks and strokes. Decrease in blood sugar levels. I have had clients that had to lower their dosage of blood sugar medication. I have also pulled many people from pre-diabetic to normal levels, quickly. More energy. This will improve greatly. Better sleep. Great conditioning. Most of my clients are in the best shape of their lives and can outperform people half their age. This results in an increased quality of life. Clients literally tell me all the time that they feel 20 years younger. No joke. Increased mental clarity. Massive reduction in stress. Overall sense of feeling amazing. So now you're wondering, how much is this going to cost? My rates are $60 a session, and they last anywhere from 45 minutes to 1 hour. The sessions will take place at any City of Winnipeg gym or YMCA that is convenient for you. I would like to point out that I do understand that starting a workout program can be very intimidating. You can be sure that there is nothing to worry about whatsoever. I have had clients of all ages and abilities, and they all had the same concerns. You're in good hands, I guarantee it. Now imagine how you'll feel when your clothes become looser and looser, that you practically have to buy a new wardrobe every month. Your friends and people around you start to make comments about how good and how much younger you are looking. You have an endless amount of energy to do things instead of laying around because you have no energy. You do things effortlessly that used to be hard to do. You go to your doctor and they're amazed because your blood work is comparable to that of someone half your age. The general feeling of just feeling damn good. Through the proper training and diet, we can release the feel-good endorphins, which are shown to be way more potent than any drug. In fact, it is not uncommon for my clients to get off of their antidepressant medication once we start training. I appreciate clients that are willing to make a change. You must be willing to work hard. You must be able to follow directions and take training seriously. You want results, and I want results. Equally important is the willingness to make a commitment. Learning how to train properly takes time. Depending on your experience with training, this can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. This is also the period of time needed to make the lifestyle changes that will take you towards your goal. You have to look at this as an investment in your overall quality and length of life. Once you learn everything, you can go on your own and you'll have this skill no matter what. No one can take this away from you. So yes, it will cost some money initially and you will have to make some changes. Once I reach my goals with my clients, I ask them if it was worth the financial investment. Most often the response is that it is worth double. My goal is not to train you forever, but to leave you on your own at the point that both you and I are confident that you can do it. This is the ultimate goal. Once you get there, your life will have truly been changed, and for the better. Now that we talked about the program, the results, and how I operate, I'm sure you want to know a little bit more about me. Personal training is kind of unique in that you do end up spending a lot of time with each other. In most instances, this is around 3 hours per week. So I'll tell you a bit about myself so you'll feel more comfortable, which will help you in making your decision. I'm 35 years old and grew up in a small farm 100 miles north of Winnipeg. Yes, I grew up driving tractors and feeding cows. Like most kids that grow up in the country, we played a lot of sports. Hockey was my favorite, and we spent a lot of time either practicing or playing it. We also did a lot of outdoor stuff, like hunting, fishing, quadding, snowmobiling, camping, and stuff like that. I started to become really interested in working out and training when I was about 13. I remember working the whole summer holidays to buy my very first weight set. Yes, I spent all my money on it, all $850. I've been pretty much working out ever since. Once I graduated from high school, I moved to Winnipeg and went on to University of Winnipeg, where I got my Bachelor of Kinesiology. Over the next 5 years, I traveled across North America doing multiple internships with the top strength and conditioning coaches in the world. This is without a doubt where I learned all the really good stuff on how to get results. Nothing is better than learning hands-on from the best in the world, period. I started working at a Trainer-Blaine athletic club where I met a lot of good people, which, by the way, is an excellent gym if you're looking to train downtown. I stayed there for 5 years while building up my own personal training business, which I have now been doing for over 10 years. I love animals and I have a pet dog named Snoop. As you can see from the picture, he is pretty vicious. I also like to travel as much as I can. I would one day really like to go to the Ukraine, as that is my background. I think it would be pretty neat to see all the history back there. I like to play sports recreationally when I can. As for TV, I really don't watch much of it. I'd rather be doing something else, like an activity or studying. Now that I have told you about myself, you can be sure that I'm going to want to know a bit about you, to see if we are a good fit as well. At this point, I can only handle so many clients, and I'm really full at the moment. So I can be selective with who I work with. There is a really good chance you will not get the time slot that you want, or you might even have to go on a waiting list. I'm looking for people that are both serious and really need my help. I think that honestly, I am more excited than my client is when they do well. I thank you for listening to my presentation. Now the next step is up to you. Remember, the key to weight loss is the right information, taking action, and consistency. If you follow these steps, it is impossible not to reach your goals. I look forward to hearing from you.